Hoi, how you going? Capcom released a hotfix for Monster Hunter Wilds. It's live now. Unfortunately, it's not an optimization fix for PC players this time, but it addresses some of the known issues like progression blockers and some other stuff. In this quick overview video, we'll go through all the fixes to see what's been done. It will be similar to what I do with Dragon's Dogma 2 updates. Hopefully one of these is coming soon as well. Let's check it out, shall we? Alright, before we start, I do have a couple of links in the description for those who want to read the patch notes themselves, but why would you? I'm gonna read them for you in this video. So this is what's been fixed so far. It's pretty hefty. So the first one, apparently some of the players could not unlock Grill a Meal and Ingredient Center features even after meeting the progress criteria. Next up, when heading to Azuz during main mission chapter 2-1, players keep falling through the map. I don't believe I've ever fallen through the map in Monster Hunter Wilds even once, but it's a good fix. It's a very welcome change. Next up, the monster field guide cannot be accessed. The next one, a progression blocker. During main mission chapter 5-2, a world turned upside down, an NPC may not appear, preventing further progression. It looks like chapter 5 is full of progression blockers, like this one for example, Omens, where you can't raise your hunter rank past level 40 and the quest isn't updating. Well, what can I say? We'll monitor it further. The next one, at the smithy, an issue may occur where tutorials are repeatedly shown, disabling certain options in the menu. Next, when guarding a monster's attack with a lance, using power guard, under certain conditions the weapon flashes in red but the effect is not activated. Lance people, please confirm. Next, when using a mantle, a weapon equipment skill may mistakenly be activated. The next one, some effects may be displayed continuously when using certain skills such as peak performance and self-improvement. The next one, when successfully performing an offset attack with an insect glaive's descending slash, under certain conditions, the hunter freezes and becomes unresponsive to any controls. Addressed issues that occurred under certain conditions with screen rendering and causing forced quits. The meal invitation event at Azuz and Sil sometimes do not occur. This is probably in regards to Maki's meal invite. Sometimes Maki disappears, sometimes the marker doesn't show, and sometimes the quest itself disappears as soon as you arrive to Azuz. It probably has something to do with changing seasons because NPCs in Wilds move around depending on the season. Next, there's a fix for an issue occurring when using equipment loadout, where some decorations get removed, specifically when bow gun customization being reverted back to default and Kinsect reverting to the initial rarity. Next up, this is big. An issue was fixed where when cutting off monster parts, sometimes the parts change into parts from different monsters. Next up, Gravios doesn't gain resistance to flinches and after breaking its parts. This is big as well. Next, an issue which may cause crashes or sometimes monsters to act strangely under certain situations. This never happened to me, not even once, but the environment sometimes acts strangely, especially in the ice shard cliffs. You use the rubble and it just continuously spawns the falling rocks. The animation just never stops and it deals damage and it keeps dealing damage. But yeah, I haven't seen any issues with monsters acting strangely, and my game never crashes mid gameplay, like in the middle of a fight or something. It sometimes crashes on startup, but more on that later. Next up, some skills are unintentionally activated under certain conditions, and some items and rewards can be obtained repeatedly under certain conditions. This is quite hard to track. I personally haven't noticed it. Could be because it never happened, or could be my lack of experience, but here you go. It's good to know it's fixed now. Next up, when trying to catch a fish with a capture net, the fishes nearby do not swim away from the fishing spot. It never happened with fishes, but it sometimes happens with these ants you collect from the trees, at least in my game. Next, some environmental features such as floating rubbles can be activated multiple times. That's what I was talking about earlier. Sometimes you can use them multiple times, and sometimes the animation just keeps playing out and it keeps dealing damage too. The next one is a progression blocker. During main mission chapter 5-2, the root cause, the hunter becomes unresponsive to some controls when talking to a certain NPC. Next, during main missions chapter 5-2, the root cause, the hunter becomes unresponsive to some controls when talking to a certain NPCs. And again, chapter 5 is full of progression blockers. It's really good they're fixing them. Next up, there was an issue with Palico's support move attract Vega Wasps that may cause the hunter to become unresponsive to some controls. When scrolling through the quest list, only the first 20 quests are shown correctly. And finally, an issue which may cause the game to forcefully shut down when starting a game with saved data that encountered a force quit. Well, like I said before, in my case, the game never crashes in the thick of it. What's interesting, I always crash the desktop after any sort of update. So every single time the game gets updated, I launch it and it results in a crash with a report thing pop up and everything. But then I close it, launch the game again, and it's all good. Also, there are some issues that have been already acknowledged by Capcom but haven't been addressed, haven't been fixed, and here are some of them. A network error that occurs when firing an SOS flare right after a quest begins. Link members are not prioritized over other players and may not appear in some places, including base camps. Palico's attacks with blunt weapons do not inflict stun and exhaust damages. Hunter profile cannot be edited properly in some occasions, and some side missions cannot be completed under certain situations. So these are under investigation now and will be fixed sometime later. So what's next for Monster Hunter Wilds? It's no surprise to anyone that Wilds is Capcom's money bags. Everyone, myself included, kind of expects solid support for a long period of time. And it's pretty cool that we can already get a glimpse of what's coming. 2 free title updates have been announced and they feature really cool stuff. A new monster difficulty level that is above tempered, and of course a gathering place, a place to meet, communicate, have meals together and more with other hunters. Title Update 1 is coming in early April. It's worth noting that this area will be available to hunters who have completed the main story. It says here, so get hunting and be ready. I'll leave a link to r/Monster Hunter Leaks mega thread in the description as well if you want to check it out. It's massive, has lots of interesting info, and it's simply a good read if you're in the mood for it. Alright, look, I'm a Monster Hunter newbie. I don't want to sit here and pretend that I know and understand a lot about the game, about the series in general. I started learning about it just now, and I just enjoy following the update process for games I fall in love with. That's why I made this video, and I'll keep making these. So I'd like to ask you something. Do not hesitate to give me feedback. Any sort of feedback and criticisms, it's a very welcome thing for me. And if you want to join me on my Monster Hunter journey, subscribe to the channel now. There'll be more Monster Hunter content, Dragon's Dogma 2 content, updates, content in general, gameplay videos. I downloaded World again last night. I'm gonna be playing a lot of that too. Check out my Monster Hunter Wilds first impressions video. And also, if you're using Twitter X, you can follow Monster Hunter status account to monitor hotfixes and changes yourself. Thanks for watching.